see what they're up to. Oh, my nose. Hello, hey.
Hello.
Hey again. You blinked your eyes and made sure that the person you just saw was Silverwolf. She wasn't supposed to be here. Pretty you didn't notice her.
What's wrong with you? You look like you just got shocked by an electric snail. Relax. I'm just dropping by for a visit. I was hacking through the dark regions of the inner astral network a while ago and happened to see a signal from the Astral Express.
Fun.
So I thought I'd stop by to check it out.
Sure.
What you see in front of you is a hologram, just as harmless as the whale holograms you see floating around the Express. Here, see for yourself.
What do you mean see for myself? She poked your stomach. The part of her finger that touched your clothes has disappeared.
Seeing is believing, right? If you're still not convinced, you can cut off the network
So you turn it
connection
back
on
on.
the Express,
Fun.
and I'll disappear into thin air until
So
you
you're just
turn
gonna do
it
this,
back
right?
on. Of
Yeah.
course.
Oh, sure.
What you see in front of you is
What? Wait, you were...
what you see in front of you is just a hologram, harmless as a puff of air. You don't need another demonstration, do you?
No. I'd rather... I have to do it. Gosh darn it. I know we feel it in our bones, what a surprise. Keep it in the bones. In your view is a stretch of sticky, unruly hand on attractive red mud. Some part of it is even squirming. It occurs to you that it is a group of claymen with big heads and short legs. They are the true rulers of the planet of Kalsost. Oh, this place seems to be the royal council chamber of the claymen. You have forgotten why you are attending the meeting, but you know it is a golden opportunity to pour out the precious minerals from the bellies of the claymen. The meeting room reverberates with muffled, gobbling noises. It sounds like the whine of despair made by a person drowning in a swamp as mud slowly blocks off the airways. This is the Clayman's race's language, but you can't understand a word of it. You have yet to implant a synesthesia beacon. The meeting is boring. Due to tears and calls, anyone can speak their mind. The interpreter relays to you. The Clay Queen gazes at you and you wonder where the Queen's eyes are. The synesthesia interpreter says, this mission rests upon our shoulders together. We will defend Kalsas from the calamity that is the wet season. The Clay King is overcome with emotion. Meanwhile, you stare out the window, racking your brain as you ponder what kind of texture the meat of clay sheep would have. Give me a second here. This is very going to be likely a shorter stream because I swear my nose, man. I can barely deal with it, man. By the stars, you can't take it anymore. Listening to the prattling of the talent motivation department's top brass would be more interesting than this muck. You can't resist the urge to roll your eyes, but suddenly notice the king is staring directly at you. Thankfully, the king just wants to invite you, a rare Earth management consultant from the IPC, to speak on the stage. Problem? You're just an outsider. What could you possibly know about the future of Kalsas? Aha, you've got it. You roll your dry eyeball sliding swiftly. Then flash the king a standard yet dazzling smile. You take it to the stage and release an unending waterfall of sounds in what you imagine their language to be. The crowd of claiming cries as they hear you speak. You worry they might dissolve in a puddle of their own hope, in their own tears. You laugh and shrug towards the interpreter as you say, this planet doesn't have a shred of hope because the claimant won't make it past the wet season. He says that there's so much hope for Kalsas, the interpreter says as he nervously sweats. This is a common language, universalism, you understand. By joining the IPC and being united, there will be no communication barriers. Here. Digestion, sure, touch Mary Bowie, feel deeper than the bone. You're pretty sure Dr. Darville has gone crazy. You glance at her hunched, frail, and shrunken husk of a body. She silently stares at you through her terrifyingly thick lenses. These scientists never know how to read the air. All you want right now is to throw this report containing the ravings of a mad scientist into a furnace, then send her packing. You never want to hear the word organism again. This is fact. Anyone, please help. Those dry, infuriating lips are trembling again. We live within the body of an enormous mammal. located most likely in his intestines. About it. You slam your hands on the desk as you stand up. This woman is clearly humiliating you and the entire dukedom of Denisova. However, she merely adjusts her glasses, completely unfazed by the rage within you that is threatening to explode. Your Highness, have you ever considered why acid mists have become increasingly common recently? She asks hoarsely. We must completely ban the use of diesel engines. The exhaust fumes these engines release are causing significant irritation of the creature's intestines, which lead to increased secretion of intestinal juices. I mean, she's not wrong about doing the decrease, but... She's not wrong about the decrease, that they should decrease, but she is wrong about... You know, I think when you do the exact wrong thing and you still get the right answer. Yeah. Complete ban, you gasp. Her proposal is easier said than done. The fallout from such a ban would nosedive the nation's finances into the red. What's the big deal with acid mist? As long as the factories continue ahead at full power and churn out more protective equipment. The gear would generate serious revenue. You can't help but feel pleased at this idea. The smile crosses your face. The doctor, however, seems to misread that smile. She seems to view it as you agreeing with her proposal and starts to talk again. There's also the earthquakes. She clears her throat. In the past months, Denisova has had 3 seismic events. This means that there is increased activity within the host's intestines, detrimental activity. Time to end the conversation. You have no more interest in listening to her allusions to parasites and excrement. Just as you are about to order her to leave, you feel the hall sway violently. The ceiling begins to collapse. This is what I want to discuss next, she says with a voice that is as calm as ever. We predicted there would be a force earthquake, a regurgitation at an unprecedented scale. We will be completely dissolved in its We will be completely dissolved by its stomach acid. No one will survive. Cool. Deeper than the bone again. You have never imagined yourself to be sitting in the lavish box of a grand theater. The silky red velvet sofa is stuffed with pure duck down feathers. You can't find a better word to describe the sofa other than extravagant. An unfamiliar classical opera is playing on the stage. The King's Pleasure. If you are not mistaken, that's the opera's elegant title. Actually, you could ask Mr. Renoir, who's sitting next to you, about it. After some consideration, you decide not to ask anything, since you cannot understand what's going on anyway. After all, you're only here to investigate the family. If everything goes well, you might get your hands on an invitation letter to Penacony. That's what you're after. Not wanting any trouble, you pretend to be engrossed in the performance and songs of the actors on stage. At the same time, you size Renoir up from the corner of your eye. Renoir seems to notice you, sir. He asked with his usual impeccable smile, do you find the opera boring? The fact that you cannot detect any emotion in his words make you feel uncomfortable. Not at all. You quickly wave your hand dismissively. I'm just curious. Mr. Renoir watches you silently as if asking you to continue. Well, he better be. Otherwise, you would have wasted your time. Does a family really exist? Jack tentatively. Renoir shakes his head and beckons a waiter over. The young waiter presents an item on a tray to the two of you. It is an exquisite wooden box with a long and narrow opening on the side. As you consider what it is, you hear Renoir speak in a muddled voice. Put it in. No, if that's Renoir's voice, you are sure you heard a noise. Although the instructions is unclear, you still place your hand in the box out of instinct. But why? You're shocked by your reaction. Next, you experience an overwhelming sense of guilt surging through your body. You feel like a criminal waiting for judgment, yes. You are certain that looks are being leveled at you, penetrating, as he gazes from Renoir, the waiter, and everyone else in the theater. Let's see what the messages are here. They're I finished writing my new song. Want to have a listen? Alright, I want to put people's impressions of my music on the poster for my next concert. Can you contribute a comment or two anyway? I'll think about it. Sure. Okay. I've got it. Together we roar. Yay, the song is like a thunderstorm louder than alarms with nowhere to run. Together we roar. Don't use the lyrics of a previous song to comment on the next one. Ah. I'm kidding. Sure. You find it funny? Yeah. The boobies part. Yeah, you're right, man, you're right. Okay, you keep thinking then. Make sure you only let me know once you've thought this through. I do agree that do be quite funny. Dude wants to die. So we just like, hey, we're gonna bring you over, hey. You're now immortal, you're never gonna die. Well, for a while. I'm still wondering, like, what the heck was that? I'm assuming the eyeball was an abnormality, right? It looked like alive, right? So I'm assuming it was an abnormality? At least that's my guess, right? It looked like an abnormality, all I know. Natasha, okay. Doing outpatient rounds today. Replies may be delayed. Please leave a message if you have a fever, a headache, or other symptoms. The online consultation bot, Nat, the little doc, will reply to you based on your keywords. My phone has a fever. Don't think it was an abno? I don't know, it looks kind of alive, right? Thank you, I've received your symptoms. If your phone has a fever and bellbog, make sure to keep it warm. Do not attempt to cool it with cold air, as it may result in getting a cold. I just saw your message. Please don't tease Nat, the little dog. Do you have any suggestions? So, does Dr. Natasha have any suggestions for a phone with a fever? Stop using your phone. Simple, right? I don't know, but aren't singularities usually like kind of like robotic and stuff like that, or something like that? All I'm saying that it didn't look like a. Also, if you recall, Dongring did think he was doing abnormality experiments, right? So it's possible, right? Stop using your phone, simple, right? No such thing as simple enough. No such thing as simple in a trailblazer's life. Sure. Oh, bubble. Bubble time, I know, feel it to the bone. Feel it past the bone, goes deeper. Let's do it here. Hey Carl, the man next to you stares out the portal at a sparkling jade-like object hovering in the boundless space. How many times has the star rise happened? Let me see, holding a space pen in your small palm. He traces the form from top to bottom with the tip of the pen. 27 times, I guessed, he muttered. Yes, 27 times. You lick your lips. Actually, you are not quite literate yet. Another system months has passed, he sighs. When do you think we can go back? There's no one left on the planetary surface to guide our landing. We can't even make it to the atmosphere. You touch your whiskers. If only they could look at the planet from this angle, then the tragedy might not have happened. Look at her. This used to be our home and our past. Everyone, including the people you love and know, stayed there. People were originally bound to spend their entire lives there regardless of who they are. All of our emotions, religions, and ideologies. All the hunters and robbers, kings and peasants, heroes and cowards, parents and their children. Everything we see, hear, think, and feel exists on this dark spot. A speck of dust floating in the ray burst and the sparkle of stars, a dark spot that radiates a feeble green glow. Look at her, you lift your hand. How dare those ancient politicians assume this dark spot to be the center of the world? And therefore meant they have the power to control the universe. Could there be anything more ridiculous than that? Wow, he stared at you with an incredulous expression. I didn't know you were so articulate. Come on, you know I can't even read well. You flick your tail. I'm just a rat. Hi.
Don't get your
I'm
clothes
you.
wet.
I am you. You are me. I want to... I just tapped it, man. Go to the Ah. There are two. You know. Nope. Okay.
Hey, it's you! I didn't expect to see you
here in the administrative district. How have you been lately?
I've been... oh, pretty good, how about you?
Great to hear. Since the Stellaron crisis subsided, Belobog's been feeling a little more cheerful. We're really grateful for your assistance.
Oh yeah, assistant's not doing everything.
Yes, things are going well for me too. Thanks for asking.
I didn't, but sure.
You spent so much time in Belobog on your last visit. You must have passed by here before, right?
Administrative district, yeah.
This is Belobog's History and Culture Museum.
Oh, never went in there.
Built more than 600 years ago.
News to me.
Last time you visited, it was closed for its 10-year renovation.
Ah,
Now that the Stellaron crisis is over,
timing, sure.
we've been able to allocate more manpower to the renovation works. The museum should be open to the public again soon. It's just...
So I get to go first. Ran into trouble.
we encountered a problem during the renovation process. The Silvermane guards are doing
fragmentum.
all they can to figure
Noted.
it out. Sorry. I shouldn't talk about it in the open like this.
Okay, sure.
Why don't I give you a tour of the museum? We can talk inside while I show you around.
Oh, why not?
If you have time, that is.
That sounds nice. All I have is time.
What are we waiting for?
Waiting for you to go. Yeah. Waiting for you to go, that's about it.
Welcome
Wow,
to
looks big in here.
Belobog's History and Culture Museum. As you can see, after nearly 100 days of renovation, the interior looks brand new.
Yeah, I can see that, sure.
However, there's a problem that needs to be resolved before it can open to the public.
Fragmented monsters, right.
The museum was established nearly 600 years ago as a memorial to honor Alyssa Rand, the first Supreme Guardian.
No one
and
started the
martyrs
internal
who
freeze.
gave their lives in the battle against the invaders from beyond the sky.
Uh-huh.
As time went on, new exhibits were continually added to the memorial until it became the museum we see today.
That's usually how it goes, yeah.
Past the reception hall, you'll find the General Hall, the museum's largest exhibition room. There are all sorts of exhibits on display. Paintings by famous artists, samples of the planet's crust.
Okay.
Visitors can experience the essence of Belobog's culture in just a few minutes' time.
Well, what if they can't read it?
I really hope the museum can open up soon. The children here need a culturally enriching environment.
If you say so.
Especially those from the underworld. But like I mentioned earlier,
Why would they want to be proud of
we're in
Belobog
a
when they
bit of
screwed
a
them over?
bind. We could really use a helping hand.
I'll tell you, you guys screw over an underground big
This
time.
is the issue we're trying to deal with.
Oh, something is stolen. There's a thief on the prowl. So you need help opening this cabinet. Oh, there's a thief on the prowl.
Wow, you're quick. Yes, this exhibit was stolen just recently. It was one of the oldest and most precious items in the General Hall collection.
Can I keep it?
The meteor fragment.
I want it.
It is said that 700 years ago, the invaders from beyond the sky descended upon the surface of Eurillo 6 with a meteor shower.
Meteor shower,
The
eh?
meteor fragment is solid evidence that those invaders once tainted our land.
Okay, sure, sure.
Sorry, the tour guide in me gets a little carried away. I'm not here to give you a history lesson.
I'm down for a history lesson, sure.
Still,
If you're reading
it's
it.
no exaggeration to say that if the meteor fragment isn't recovered, the museum will lose half of its significance.
No, sure. Can't we just use a replica? Yeah, that's actually a fair point. You know where the thief is. Can't we just use a replica? Yeah, for the time being, till we find it.
Out of the question! As the curator of the exhibits here, I would never resort to deceiving the public like that.
I mean, it would just be
Our
temporary.
first priority is finding the thief and recovering the stolen item. But we don't even have a suspect yet.
Can we use a dog?
That's why this case is such a conundrum for the Silvermane guards. Truth be told, the meteor fragment isn't the only item that was stolen. But we want the museum to open as soon
Sample?
as possible. We can worry about the other missing items later.
Sample. Yeah, I think I know who the culprit is.
Ah, you must be thinking of Sample, right? I don't think so.
Alright. Well,
Our people have been keeping a close eye on him these days. The reports say he's been on his best behavior.
sure.
Slightest hint of troublemaking.
Well, that means you got the better
guard station in
looking.
the underworld reported that some suspicious characters have been meeting at a hideout in the Great Mine late at night. Since the Silvermane
There's guards
guards
in
are
the
still
underworld.
getting situated in the underworld and we don't have any direct evidence, we haven't been able to apprehend any suspects.
Okay, yeah, makes sense, sure.
But if you were to go there yourself and ask around,
I want to see if the Silverman guards down there
gather
now.
a lot of useful intel.
Fine, fine. Not like I have an option.
Would you like to help solve this case?
I do like a mystery, sure. Let's meet at the Great Mine and go from there.
Sounds promising. I'll meet you in the underworld then.
Fine, fine.